I made some really cool modifications to a little alcohol stove, and I wanted to share it with you out in a nice location. So I'm out of some local woods and I came across this. And I thought, oh, this is quite a nice little bench. And then I realised that there was something else going on a bit further around here. And this would be a really nice spot to show you my wares, so to speak. If you're into your alcohol stoves, I think you're going to like this one. Didn't expect to find this in the middle of the woods. Looks like some organised activity maybe. Or maybe somebody's just got a bit carried away and had a bit of a play. In fact, this is a beautiful little area down here. It's pretty random to come across this. What a beautiful little dip in the earth. This has all been nailed together properly. Looks sturdy enough. Wish me luck. I was giving some thought to this type of lozenge shape mess tin. And I was thinking, how can I get a stove underneath which is like longer rather than squarer or rounder? And that's where I came across an idea. Well, I say I came across an idea, I actually stole the idea. So that's me sporks, I wrapped them up just to stop the rattling. This fire maple, little titanium stove, is very nice. But you can't get anything like a Trangia stove inside because it's just not wide enough. On the upside it's really solid and it's very light. So the little idea I've had, what I stole, I'll tell you about that in a minute, is simply to get a couple of pieces of wire. It's like 2mm thick. Fold this front down, and then with the wire I've bent them over in like a horseshoe shape, and they'll fit inside of there like so. And you can see he's slightly out at the sides, so we'll spring in a little, and that creates that. I know it doesn't look very impressive, but now I can put my Trangia in and I can get a lozenge shape tin on top. I guess you could put a rounder shaped tin on top as well. You'll notice that I've got one side of this up and the other one down. That's the only way it'll fit in. I genuinely don't know. Let's try a match. Can't remember the last time I lit a match. It's all lighters now. I genuinely don't know how well this is going to work. If it's going to work at all. So we'll all experiment together. I brought this little Van Gogh windshield with me as well. It's not quite tall enough, but it'll help. We're going for a sandwich today. Streaky bacon and halloumi. That's providing the alcohol lasts in the Trangia. When I said to you earlier I stole the idea, it was off a YouTuber. The YouTube channel is called Lifestyle CC Land. And it's Taiwanese. I can't understand the word the girl's saying, but she does some really cool stuff. She modifies lots of stoves and bits of equipment, and the whole thing's beautifully done. My cup of tea is taking an absolute age to boil. So I'm not sure there'd be enough alcohol in there to cook a little bit of bacon and halloumi up. But we give it a go. Should be quite a lot of fat comes out the bacon. I think I might just have enough for one sandwich on the alcohol front. Don't want to overcrowd it. It's only a little tiny top or lid. We'll lump some butter in there to make sure it doesn't stick. Oh, no, no, come back. It's losing me bacon. I was a bit concerned about this hole. He's a bit spongy. Now either this was just generally filled up with bits of debris to make this really, really spongy, or maybe this was some sort of mine shaft. I don't know. It's just feels a bit soft in places. I don't like it. There wasn't enough fuel left in there from the original fill up, so I put a bit more in. For a little teeny tiny lid, it's doing really well. This little idea of putting a couple of bits of wire onto your stove, or a small stove like this, to make it more versatile, I'm sure that will work on other types of stove. This is not my finest piece of culinary expertise. Let's move that out of the way, otherwise I'll lose it. So I've managed to get a sandwich. Don't want to waste those juices. I can't decide whether to go for the bacon side first or halloumi. I'll go for bacon. This is actually a cool little spot. Away from the path down there, a person could come and sit here and nobody know you're about. Maybe that's an idea for a future video. This is a strange setup. We got the rocks on this side. Then we got that big gap. And that's where I was in the middle there. Standing on that softish bit underneath those rocks. And when you go off to the side, you've got a solid column of rock. It's almost as if you've got that there. You've got this here. And this bit in the middle. Has it been purposely dug out? Or has it collapsed in the middle? Could be some sort of mine workings, or maybe this was natural and somebody's used this as part of a home perhaps in the past, because I know there's ancient settlements around here. I have no idea, but it's interesting. Wow, I've just seen something up in the middle there. It looks like a treehouse. Wow, it's amazing how I didn't spot that before. Let's go and have a look. That was really random. I looked up and I can see there's like a pallet seat up there. See if we can get you a view. Can you see through that? It's easy for me to see with my naked eye, but when I start putting a camera on it, I don't know what you can see. Hopefully you can get that. Somebody's built like a table up there or something. Never noticed that before. Okay, I don't know if this camera does it justice, but there is a big drop. And then you can probably see the steepness of the walls there, of that rock. And then right on the edge, somebody who's incredibly clever, brave or stupid, I'm not sure which, he put that up there and it's all bound together. Wow. Rather them than me. It's a hell of a drop. These metal pins that I got out earlier, you'll see that they come out easy. If I open that up, what I've worked out is that I can put them inside, one either end. I don't think it makes any difference, to be honest. Tuck him in there, fold the sides in, put the top on, and you're good to go. With that simple bit of adapting, that makes little stoves like this far more versatile, which can only be a good thing. Why is it whenever you take something out, you always pack it really nice, and you go to use it and you go to put it away and it never goes back the way you intended? We're nearly there. Oh, airplane. I'm on a flight path to Bristol Airport. Well, that little idea needs a little tiny bit of refining, but I think the concept's been proved and it worked really well. Thank you so much for coming out and sharing this little experiment with me. I hope it was useful to you. And if it was, why not just put a little like in there for the YouTube gods? It would help a lot. See you next time.